Warning. The following video contains raging, cursing, moaning, swearing, whining, bitching, and complaining. You have been warned. What did I just watch for an hour and 30 minutes? I'm genuinely in shock. I'm still trying to decide what was I more angry about? What was I more disappointed by? Was it this conference or season 8 of Game of Thrones? Because right now, I don't know. I don't know what to say. At this point, all you can do is laugh about it. Now, I try not to be negative when it comes to gaming on my channel. I try to be really positive. Even when I have problems with something, I don't go at it. But this was just a terrible, terrible conference. And I think at this point, after many years of not having a big new IP and a ton of just issues with Xbox, I think it's pretty fair to come out here and be negative towards them. Also, I've had an Xbox since the beginning. Xbox original Xbox, 360 multiple times, Xbox One standard, and then the Xbox One X. So you know what, as a consumer, I feel like it's in my right to complain when something isn't going right. And it's very clear when something is not. Especially compared to your competition. This conference was an absolute dumpster fire. And we're going to go through all of it. And Phil Spencer and the rest of his team that came up with this conference and thought that was a good idea need to hang their heads in shame. Because this was not good. It wasn't even average, it was downright bad. It was pathetic. And considering that they had nobody to compete with because Sony wasn't at E3, it's crazy that they still lost. And you think, you're crazy, how did they lose? How did they lose? They beat themselves. Because you show games like Halo, and it's a CGI. I'm sorry, what did we get last year? Did we get gameplay last year? Like a gameplay trailer? 2-3 minutes of gameplay? 10 minutes of gameplay? Did we get that? No. What about this year? A year later? No. We didn't get anything. And we didn't get Fable. Oh my gosh. You are so lucky that I'm trying to not lose it and that people in my house are sleeping, because I would be yelling my brains out because you did not show or even mention Fable. You know what? Say what you want about Bethesda. Say what you want. At least last year they came out and they said, look, Elder Scrolls and Starfield are not ready. But you know what? Here's a quick glimpse. They're coming. They're coming. And you know what? As a huge Elder Scrolls fan, that was fine for me, because now I know it's there, it's confirmed, it's coming. All they had to do was say, look at the screen, look at the big TV, Fable 4. Not ready, or coming when it's ready. That's it. Literally, that's it. That's all they had to do. And the next year they can show it off. But you know what, let's get into this. And it's gonna be quite quick, because most of the stuff they showed was shit. It really was. And I'm sorry if I'm coming off really negative and a bit whiny, but you know what? I've every single year since 2017, maybe even 16. No, 16 actually. Since 2016, this conference, Xbox's conference, have just been shit. They just really have. They've not been good, especially compared to Sony's. And it's weird to say that because I'm a huge Xbox fan. The first time I ever bought a PlayStation product was this generation with the PS4. The first time I ever bought a Nintendo product, this generation with a Nintendo Switch. Thank you, Xbox. Alright, let's start this off. So we have The Outer Worlds, starting off the show by Obsidian, coming out 25th of October. Again, good looking game. It's coming on Xbox Game Pass. Really good. I'm excited for it. That's great. Really happy with that. Bleeding Edge, a 4v4 game by Ninja Theory. Again, it's not the main game. It's not the main game they're doing. They're doing another one, which is probably going to be story-based. This is the game they've had in development since 2014, I believe. So this isn't their main game. There's another team working on, probably like a Hellblade kind of game. So don't worry too much about it. Something else is coming. This looks decent. It looks decent. I like multiplayer games, especially when it's 4v4. So I'm going to give it a try. I'm going to hold out my opinion of it for now. See how it goes when I try it. But the technical alpha is on June 27th. Might give it a try. Ori and the Will of the Wisps. For those of you who don't know me, I'm a massive, massive, massive Ori fan. It is my favorite side scroller ever. I love it to death. Coming out February 11th, 2020. Great. Minecraft Dungeons. Spring 2020, 4-player co-op online. It's basically like Diablo Minecraft. And again, I'm not the biggest Minecraft fan. I like the game. And this looks fine. This looks fine. And that's the thing you're going to hear me say a lot throughout this video. Everything looks fine. But wait till the end and I'll explain to you why fine isn't good enough. Phil comes on stage and talks a bit about how gaming is big and over 2 billion of the world play games and that it's for everyone. Did you know, guys? Did you know? Gaming is for everybody. We can all play games. Yeah, we can all play games. 60 games they're going to show. 60 game, 14 from Xbox Game Studios. That's how you hype somebody up. You hype them up by saying, we have got 14 Xbox Game Studios games coming out to show. All right, cool. Really lovely. Hyped it up. You know what? The first 15 minutes, great show. Honestly, superb show. It went downhill quickly and stayed there quickly. Stayed there forever, actually. It didn't even stop. It just stayed downhill. We have Star Wars Fallen Jedi. You guys already know about it. It's coming out on the 15th of November this year. So, if you're a Star Wars fan, you're going to enjoy it. I'm not a Star Wars fan, but you know what? The gameplay looks quite cool. So I might give it a try, seeing how my friends react and what they think of it and some of the trusted reviewers. Blair Witch Project, August 30th. I've never played a Blair Witch game, but I don't even know what it is. I never knew what it. I heard of it, but I never knew what it is. I don't know if it's a series, a franchise. I'm not too sure. I'm not into horror games. I never enjoyed them. Sorry, I just need to take a drink. Cyberpunk 2077. This and Ori, and probably Halo at the end, were the only highlights. Cyberpunk, you know what? When you saw that CGI trailer, and then there was a short gameplay trailer at the end, this game just screams Game of the Year. And not only that, it screams like Game of all time, or top 10 at least Game of all time. This game, I have the highest expectations for this game. And unlike Microsoft, unlike Xbox, CD Projekt Red will more than likely, I'm guaranteeing you they will deliver on this game. I'm not saying it's going to be everybody's game of all time, I'm just saying it's going to be a fantastic game. I guarantee you. I bet my bottle of water I've got here right now on it. So then we have, oh wait, sorry, I'm skipping over the actual best part of the show. What am I doing? Oh my gosh. Keanu Reeves came on stage. I love Keanu Reeves. Literally the biggest pop of the night. Keanu Reeves got the biggest pop of the night. And he's an actor. It's not even about a game. A game didn't get the biggest pop of the night. It was an actor. But it's Keanu Reeves, so of course he did. He made some funny comments, you're taking my breath away. You want to know the release date, blah, blah. Like, really, I love this dude. Everyone loves him now. He is fantastic. Cyberpunk is coming out 16th of the 4th, 2020. April. Great. I thought it was going to be towards May. I was wrong. I was close. Close. May is close. just a month off. Cool. So you have a side scroller where you gather resources and build things. Looked charming and quite unique for a side scroller. It's called Spiritfarer. Farah, I forgot what it was. But it looks pretty cool. It looks pretty nice for a side scroller. That's fine. So beatboxing comes on the stage and it's like, is this? What is this? And then you see it and straight away you can tell it's Battletoads. Again, really nice. Like, looks cool. I guess some people are gonna like that. Push Start show a unique looking side scroller, which is drawn by a kid at school, it seems. It's not my thing. Look nice enough, I guess, but it's called The Legend of Right, coming out in 2020. And again, it's not my thing. I will never probably look at this game again. But I know there may be some people out there who will. We have an indie sizzle reel. Let me tell you something about indie sizzle reels, Microsoft. You could have saved us half an hour of our time if you just put some of these games, or quite a lot of these games, in the indie sizzle reel. Okay, don't waste my time when it comes to E3 with tons and tons of indie games, okay? Give me the indie games that look cool. Give me the indie games like what Ori was, like what Cuphead was. Those are the indie games that I want to see, and I think a lot of people want to see. Don't give me some indie game that nobody's ever heard of and nobody cares about and it looks like trash. And I'm sorry, I know developers work hard on their games, but the fact is this is E3. This is E3, okay? If I want to find out about indie games, I'll search them, people show me, it gets around, okay? Do not promote indie games for 5 minutes straight, like one indie game for 5 minutes straight, when you have Halo, and you have Gears, and you have Ori, and you have your other big games. And Ori is quite a big game because it sold 1 million in the first week, okay? So I don't want to hear this, oh, it sold 1 million in the first week. Oh my gosh, yeah, but it was cool, really cool announcement here. I'll give them the credit. Xbox Game Pass will launch on PC. That's great, good for them, good for PC players. It's the open beta starts today, so that's nice. They added Arkham Knight, Metro Exodus, Borderlands, Handsome Collection, and Hollow Knight to Xbox Game Pass. Fantastic, fantastic. I was really shocked when they said Metro Exodus. It sucks because that game apparently didn't sell too well, so that's why it's on Game Pass. But whatever. So we have Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, which is $14.99. But today, if you get it, you can get it for $1. So that's really nice. You know, go ahead, get it, and then cancel it afterwards if you're not happy with it. The next game said it was powered by Azure servers. So I got hyped. I was like, what is this? And then what was it? Flight Simulator. A game that was on screen for what seemed to be 10 years. Just flying around different locations. Great. Really excited. Really excited for that. Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition with a new campaign. If you're into it, you're into it. You're going to like it. Wasteland 3, an XCOM looking game. Again, if you're into it, you're into it. Matt Booty, head of game studios, comes out and says Double Fine Productions will be joining the team. Those are the guys who make Psychonauts 2, which Psychonauts 2 is going to be on Xbox Game Pass. Again, nice. I know some people are really excited for Psychonauts 2. Good for you guys. Good for you guys who are excited for it. Lego Star Wars. Give me a second while I just bump my head on my desk. Just give me a second, yeah? Just give me 1 second. Thank you. Another Dragon Ball Z game for 2020. What is going on? Look, I get it. Dragon Ball Z is awesome. I get it. But at this point, I'm not dissing on these games particularly. I'm just dissing that we've gone for like almost an hour now. Almost an hour, it seems. And we still haven't had the next big exclusive IP from Microsoft. Where's the next big one? My gosh, we have a top-down. We have a top-down kind of freaky game. It's called 12 Minutes, which is a thriller about a man stuck in a time loop. Again, a very unique little game. But I'm just gonna be honest. Like, here's my thing with indies, right? And I think I've spoken about this before on the channel. But if you're new, here's my thing, right? Indies are cool. Indies are great. I am never dissing indies, except for the fact that 99% of them are crap. And they are, and you know it, because 90% of them are really crap. They're made in some dude's basement with a couple friends, and it takes them like 3 days. Okay, let's just be real. Most indie games are not, but you have them indie games that shine, the little diamonds in the rough, and when they come out and they're given a bit more budget by a company, they're fantastic. Okay, and this indie game looks great, but when it comes to E3, we don't want tons and tons of indie games. We want a sizzle reel. Maybe 20 minutes for indie games, max 20 minutes. And even that's quite generous. Even that is actually really generous. Do you know what's cool what they did? I think it was last year or the year before. I'm not quite sure. It's an indie sizzle reel for 5 minutes where you show off a bunch of indie games for 5 minutes, and then afterwards, there's indie games that you think are going to shine. There's indie games that are a bit bigger than the other ones, right? That deserve their own time slot. You put them down for a minute each, 2 minutes each, something like that, right? So you have 15 minutes of indie games in total, and that's fine. All right, I'm gonna move on because I don't want to keep talking about indie games because this is Xbox E3 once a year. This is like getting socks for Christmas. All right. We have Gears 5 with a freaky twisted trailer with Kate's face, which is cool. We don't need to see more Gears 5 because we've seen some gameplay and they're going to show more gameplay. That's fine. I don't mind skipping over Gears 5 like that. That's fine. It's coming out September 10th and you can play 4 days early if you have Ultimate Game Pass, which is, I guess, another incentive for people to buy it, which is great because if you have an Xbox, why would you not have Xbox Game Pass? It's like a must. And so is Xbox Live, so you might as well get the bundle. It's a bit cheaper and you get to play some of the games 4 days early. Yes, you know, it makes sense. Gears 4, they said they tried to earn our trust with it, but with 5 they're going full on. They're going ham with it. So cool, great. I enjoy that. Fantastic. Go full on. Okay, give us something cool. Because I think a lot of people would agree, Gears 4 Was a good game, but nothing special. Then we have a cool transition to a new game, mode, trailer called Escape. And whilst it was transitioning, I said to my friend, what is this, Ozzy Osbourne, like an Ozzy Osbourne concert? And he told me that it was afterwards, there was an Ozzy Osbourne song that came on with Little John. Now I'm not sure because I don't listen to Ozzy Osbourne, but I find it pretty interesting that I'm that cool at predicting what the hell is going on here. All right, then we have the Terminator. I guess it's like you can play as a Terminator. Cool, good for you. New Elite controller. This is one I'm very, very happy about, except for one thing. But it has adjustable tensions. But oh my gosh, the amount of time I've said that I need adjustable tension on my controller, because I'm not very precise with my thumbs. I can't aim for crap in games because I just push too hard. I can't control, I just go ham all the time. Don't think of any dirty thoughts, okay? Not like that. So we have a trigger grip, great, that's something great, yeah. Shorter triggers, so you can have it 3 settings now for the triggers, normal, middle, and I guess really short. So that's great if you want to, pop your gun a bit quicker. Fantastic. You have 3 settings now, so 3 options instead of just the 2 before. Now you have 3, so you can have one for racing game, one for shooting game, one for, I don't know, another shooting game, whatever the case. This one I'm happy about, but I'm really also not happy about, and that is that the Elite controller will have a battery pack that lasts for 40 hours, I believe, or 40, but it is not removable. Now, say what you will about the Xbox controller and batteries. I like being able to switch out my batteries, or switch out my battery, because I've got 2 battery packs. No, I've got 3, sorry. I've got 3 battery packs. I like to switch them out once they've not charged, charge it, so that way I never, ever, ever, ever have to have my controller being plugged in to a wire. Never. And I've got a PS4, and constantly I'm almost like 50% of the time I've got my controller plugged in. But if there was battery packs that I can remove, and maybe I'm just the only one. I don't know, maybe I'm the only one. Give me a second, I'm just gonna take a swig of this water. So we have Dying Light 2 with the Spring 2020 release, cool. We have a world premiere for, this one's gonna get to you. Forza Horizon 4 Lego DLC. Don't you just love some DLC being a big focus on the stage? It's coming on June 13th. Some dude comes out to talk about the DLC. Why? Why do you need to come out to talk about the DLC? Come on, man. Oh, look, we have a car that's made of Legos. Good for you. How about we have a game made with some love and dedication? How about we have that? We have, oh dude, this is what I wrote down when this happened. Gears Pop, Kill Me Now, mobile game. And look, I'm happy to have Gears as a mobile game, and the trailer wasn't that long, but at this point, after everything that's been going down, I'm just like, Kill Me Now. Oh my gosh. State of K2 DLC, nice. This is exactly what we should be, this is exactly what should be taking up the stage at E3. Exactly what should be taking up the stage. DLC. You couldn't have, I don't know, made 10 seconds for a quick little picture of Fable 4 coming soon, coming in a few years, next gen, it's real, just something. Fable 4, even Phil could have come out and said, Fable 4, it's real, guys, it's not going to be here today, but we're working hard on it, it's real. That's it, just a screenshot, something, but no. You can see I'm really salty about this whole Fable thing. Of course I am. My channel is basically Fable, okay? I post everything I can find about Fable, I post it. So we have Sega. For the first time, Japan's big MMO will be coming to Xbox called Phantasy Star Online, which is a Phantasy Star Online 2. Sorry, not to get confused with number 1. It's a free-to-play game, so cool. A game you can just try out. Nice. It looks quite cool. Okay, I'm not harping on everything in this conference. Phil says they're bringing us the world's best games. They're bringing us the world's best games. Thank you, Phil. Thank you for bringing us the world's best games. Because when I think of the best games, I think of Gears Pop Mobile. Yes, mobile. Crossfire X is coming in 2020 on Xbox, first to console, okay? first console. So eventually, yeah, PS4. Bandai Namco, Tales of Arise 2020. Borderlands 3 trailer. Yeah, because we haven't already seen 1,000 hours of Borderlands 3 already. You will know when it's coming out, 13th of September 2019. The From Software and George R. Martin game, Elden Ring. No release date, just a quick trailer, which is weird because I think a lot of people said that it's coming out next year, actually, in the beginning, which is what the leaks suggest. I at first thought whenever I heard of this game that would come out, like late 2020, if it was coming out at all in 2020. But apparently, according to the leaks, it's going to come out earlier, which is kind of weird because we didn't even see a trailer. Because we saw a trailer for Sekiro last year, but nothing for this new game this year. So it might be quite a while away. We don't know yet. So more Phil Spencer. Thank you. Good old Phil. Good old Philip Spencer. Talks about Project xCloud, hands-on at E3. So if you're at E3, congratulations, you get to play xCloud. No one cares. Okay, alright, I'm just being salty, maybe some people do. Alright, talks about the new Xbox Zen 2. What am I writing here? Oh, yeah, this is some, I had to write quickly because I was talking really quickly. So talked about the new Xbox is going to have Zen 2 is 4 times more powerful than the Xbox One X, GDDR6, resolution is going to be up to 8K and frame rate is up to 120. Next gen ray tracing, really happy with that. I'm glad they're putting ray tracing in because you're just going to see when ray tracing, it makes a difference in my opinion. So yeah, they said 40 times performance increase over current console generation. So you can move through the worlds without load screens, and that Project Scarlet eats monsters for breakfast. So a clear shot at Sony because apparently their console at the beginning of the generation was called a beast. It was called a monster because it was like a tiny 3% more powerful than the Xbox. So it's coming holiday 2020, yeah, as everyone predicted. And then lastly, we have Halo. And Phil says Halo was the definitive game to buy an Xbox for. Really, Phil? Really? You're gonna get up on stage and say something so obviously false? Like, it's just a blatant lie at this point. You know what? I might have to make a video about all the times Phil Spencer has broken my heart. Because this one, again, is just a lie. And every time you tell a lie, Phil, a fairy dies. Or you break a fanboy's heart, like myself. Halo, the definitive game to play. What does that even mean? You can buy it on PC. You can buy it on PC. If you're going to play Halo on console or PC, why would you ever choose console over PC? Considering that the PC is ever growing. It's always getting stronger. By the time the next consoles come out, PC is already going to be ahead of it. It's probably ahead of it already now. So what are you talking about? The definitive place? It's not anymore, is it? Why would you ever, if you had the choice between a maxed out PC and an Xbox Scarlet to play your Halo Infinite, where are you going to play it? Of course, some people are going to say Xbox because I want to play with my friends and it's cross-play, but whatever. In terms of, I'm not going to get into this right now because I'll be here for another half hour and I've already passed the time limit. I wanted to quit at 20 minutes. Gone longer than that. So Halo Infinite trailer, it's cool because did you guys know that Xbox and Sony actually partnered up for this one? Yeah. So they borrowed Joel from The Last of Us for the Halo trailer this time, which is really nice. I don't think Troy Baker was voicing him, but we had Joel, so that's great. Joel and Master Chief, cool. Really happy with that. So Master Chief just popped up hovering in space, and Cortana looks to be back in the game, which I don't think anybody was really shocked about. Oh, Cortana's coming back? No way! Yeah, we all knew. Come on. Yes, I love. You know what? Whenever that, man, I'm such a fanboy. Whenever that Halo music plays, it just made all my worries for this conference go away. Holiday 2020. Sorry, that was my chair. Holiday 2020. Of course it is. And no Fable. And that was it. That was your E3 2019 from Xbox. And I'm sorry, if you enjoyed this show, I'm really happy for you. I genuinely am really happy for you. Personally, what we saw, I expect far more. Far more. Okay? And I don't even expect that much. And what I expect, and what other people expect that are going to be a bit upset with this, it's not even ridiculous. It's really not. It's just standard. It's standard. Every E3, every year, not even at E3, fine, every year, you announce a game or two, some new IPs. The next Halo, the next Gears, not like Gears 7, you know, Halo 7. Next Gears is in the next big IP. The next thing that's gonna take Xbox to that next level, the next console seller. The next thing that people say, why do you want to buy an Xbox? Why should I buy an Xbox? For this game. And guess what? Every single year, Sony brings it. Sony brings it. Ghost of Tsushima, The Last of Us Part 2, Death Stranding. Are you kidding me? What is going on? I don't understand what the focus is here. Xbox don't care about making great games anymore. I'm sorry, they don't. They don't. And the fact is, we haven't had that next big game. We haven't had a game that's as, like, we haven't had a big AAA looking game. Like, do you know what you expect from a AAA game? Because AAA, technically, anything could be AAA as long as it's like under Microsoft's umbrella, technically. If you think about all the, because AAA isn't really budget. But a lot of people do think, well, a AAA game is that big game that has that massive budget. And the only thing I can think of is that they're saving it for next year because Sony bailed out this year. And you know what? That might be the right move. I think it was not. I think that was a dumb move. I think this year you come out and you say, look what we have. This is why you should be excited to be an Xbox fan. And then next year you announce some other things that you didn't announce this year. But this year, what did they announce for next year? What are we going to play in the beginning of 2020? Or in the Blind Forest? Fine. But what big game are we going to play? Because look, I'm a huge Ori fan. Again, Ori is the closest game I've ever played to that is perfect, in my opinion. Like the perfect game, Ori is the closest thing I will ever see to a perfect game. But when you put that up against Ghost of Tsushima and The Last of Us Part 2, what are you thinking? Come on, man. We expect the next big thing and we didn't get it. And the fact that Phil, after this, and all these Xbox, you know, employees and the higher ups, they're gonna go backstage, shake each other's hands and suck each other's cocks and be like, yeah, we did it! Yeah! Yeah! Yeah, Phil, nice one! Huh, high five! What is going on here? What is actually going on? I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe that Xbox actually... My gosh, how do you lose E3? You don't even have the best multi-platform games. Like, yeah, you have a couple here and there, Cyberpunk, great. But there are tons of multi-platform games that you could have had on stage, and you didn't. And basically, do you know what this entire conference was? CGI trailers. CGI trailers. Think about that. Think about that. Last year when Sony came on and they announced Ghost of Tsushima, the first time they ever announced it, gameplay, and they made it look great. They gave it its own, they gave that little dude, that bold guy playing that musical instrument, they gave it the time slot. They gave their games respect. And we haven't even gotten gameplay for Halo Infinite. They announced, oh man, you know what? When did they announce The Last of Us? Was it at the PlayStation their PlayStation thing? Not E3, but their PlayStation thing, right? They announced it, and then what? Like 9 months later, they showed gameplay. So now we have Xbox. A year ago, they showed Halo. A year later, no gameplay. A year later, so it's gonna be 2 years till we get gameplay. What's the point? Just give us some game. Give us something, man. This conference was bullshit. It just was. And I'm sorry. If you enjoyed it, that's cool. I'm happy for you. I did not. And I know a lot of people did not because we expect more. All we expect is what they've given us in the past in terms of big exclusive. When this generation started, Xbox was doing great. They gave us those big games. Quantum Break, Halo 5, Sunset Overdrive. Okay? They were there. It was there. And now all they care about is Xbox Game Pass. And I had this feeling, Xbox Game Pass could have gone one way. It would have either made more games and bigger games, because Xbox needs to realize that they need those big games to sell this console, or to sell the product, Xbox Game Pass. Or they would have got lazy with their games and spent less budget because they're coming on a recurring amount of money. What? Oh, you know what, I'm not going to rant anymore because this is just ridiculous now. And I don't want to waste your time anymore. So I want to know what you guys think down below in the comment section, and I will be making a video about Fable 4 because now I'm really upset. Enjoy your day, guys. Bye bye.